This story is pretty crazy. Jack covered this for the website, but the federal government is finally getting serious about reducing the national debt, except in Ukraine. They're actually sending billions to pay the Ukrainian government's bills, yet Congress still doesn't care about the debt in our own country. So here's Jack's reporting. The worried federal officials signaled on Monday that they were finally going to do something about dangerous amounts of debt in Ukraine. And then he shows us this Senator Rand Paul tweet where he's responding to USAID, which is a federal agency for foreign aid, that says, news, the United States, through USAID coordination with the Treasury, is providing an additional $4.5 billion, that's a lot of money, in direct budgetary support to the government of Ukraine to help alleviate the acute budget deficit caused by Putin's brutal war of aggression. Now, Rand said, wow, the U.S. government is actually trying to reduce the deficit? Oh, wait, it's for Ukraine. Never mind. Business as usual with your tax dollars. And I just think this is nuts to me. I have a lot of sympathy for the people of Ukraine. But at this point, first off, I'm not sure sending them weapons and stuff is a good idea, but at least but paying down their deficit? I mean, ma'am, we ran a nearly $3 trillion deficit in 2021, the second highest ever on record. And yet our tax dollars right now are going to go pay off another country's budget deficit. Make it make sense, because I can't.
I can't make it make sense, and I think this is why we can't have nice things. The number of times we do this kind of crap is insurmountable. And this is something I actually more so blame the American people for, because this comes down to not holding your elected leaders accountable. You're not paying attention to what they're doing. You're not following them. You're not staying on top of them, and they get away with this kind of stuff. And I'm sure there's some kind of sweet deal in it for them. I'm sure they're making deals with companies in Ukraine or leaders in Ukraine. There's always that kind of stuff going on. And it's not going to be in your favor. It's not going to be for your benefit. And this is why, as a whole, we always have such stringent, or at least I do, and I think you mostly do as well, such stringent stances against involving ourselves in the foreign affairs of others. I really don't think that we should be ever involved in the foreign affairs of others unless there's an existential threat to our homeland, period. I think that has not happened since World War II. So I can't stand that we give anybody arms or weapons or money. Stop using our resources overseas. Our country is crumbling. It's becoming a second world country. I don't think it's becoming a third world, shithole country like Trump would say. But I do think it is definitely reducing. We don't have beautiful architecture anymore. We don't have great trains. We don't have speedy transportation. Our airports are disgusting. Our roads are falling apart. Our schools are garbage. I'm really just very fed up and sick with this. People should be madder about this. They take 30% of your income and they ship it overseas. Why aren't you mad?
Yeah, this is a funny thing from the USAID website about this money. They said, this contribution was made possible with generous bipartisan support from Congress.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, Jack pointed this out, how generous they are with our money.
These people are crooks.
So,
really.
More here. For those counting, $8.5 billion in direct budgetary support to the government of Ukraine is now what we're up to.
Wow.
And look, the Quincy Institute has actually pointed out that a lot of this money is going into the pockets of Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and other military-industrial complex contractors. And that's great for them, but sucks for the American people who have to pay for this stuff. And I think it's all really unfortunate. I mean, look, I really do feel bad for the people of Ukraine. I think we should be accepting refugees. I think there should be humanitarian aid. But this idea that we're going to pay, and that can be done by private charities as well. But this idea that we're going to pay down their budget deficit, to me, while we're drowning in debt and struggling from inflation and doing nothing meaningful to address it, it's just this. I would have thought that this was a Babylon Bee parody headline if I didn't know that it was real, and It just makes me want to vomit all over Congress.
Agreed. I think it's highway robbery. It's really very, very gross.